Welcome to Kruse Court, everybody. I gotta talk about this South Park situation because WB and Paramount have been fighting back and forth for the rights to South Park. Now, if you guys haven't seen, you probably have. If you watch South Park at all, you'll see these made-for-TV movies over on special event films on Paramount Plus. But WB owns the rights to, again, all of the series, the TV shows, actually the actual seasons. Now, they've been battling back and forth because WB is saying that Paramount's been a little shady, guys. A little shady releasing these things, and it's actually breaching their contract for the rights to the series. And these are becoming, because they are becoming like series-based at this point for what they've been doing. And so WB is fighting them. Now, officially, a judge has come forward, and the judge has officially said that WB's in the right. They have the case right now. And what WB's going to do is take this to trial. That's what's happening now. They're saying that Paramount Global breached their contract with Zaslav Run Company for the rights for this, and Justice Margaret Chan of New York State Supreme Court denied a motion by Paramount Global to throw the whole thing out because they wanted to dismiss the whole thing, saying it's an unjust enrichment. And honestly, it's a $200 million suit, and we're going to find out because it's going to go in front of a jury, it sounds like. A jury case for South Park. Who killed Kenny? That's the question. Well, who actually wins this case? That's the question. I'm not shocked by this. I am kind of excited and interested that it is like so cut and dry, that it is WB maybe getting this big push forward, because it's been happening. The streaming wars stuff. I mean, to me, I was confused too when I saw them. I'm like, I thought Max had the rights, but now Paramount's releasing things, and Trey Parker and Matt Stone are making so much fucking money off this. It's also on Comedy Central. This seemed like they probably were signing stuff, hoping to get away with this. Like, oh, let's take all the money in the universe, but it didn't work out for them. That's what it seems like to me. And the fact that a judge came forward and was like, hey guys, like, yeah, WB's in the right. It took a little bit of time, but it makes sense to me. But let's go to the panel right now. Let's find out what we think. Because this could lead to being like, Tweak might freak out, but I know Trey Parker and Matt Stone are freaking out. But will this actually go to trial? Because again, they are pushing for it. It has the rights to do. Or will WB and Paramount, or I should say Paramount, will they cave and just pay WB and be done with this? That's the question. Allie, I'm going to go over to you fast. We're going to go to Allie fast and see what Allie thinks about this situation. All right, Allie, I'm putting you on the stand right now. I want the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. We're in Kruse Court now. We're getting down to it. Do you think this will actually go to court, or do you think that Paramount will cave to Zaslav and the acts of Zaslav and WB? What do you think about this?
I hope that it goes to court. Somebody's thinking in the comment section about like, oh, WB isn't in the toy business, they're in the movie business, and I'm going to say that all of these guys are in the money business. Yep. They're all here to make some cash. And personally, I'm invested in this between WB and Paramount Plus, partially because I'm so invested in the new media and new media agreements. I want Paramount Plus, Netflix, Amazon, I want them to start losing this kind of thing because I'm personally invested based on their pay structure. New media, anything when you're talking about these streaming services, they pay us less. And it's not just about your big main actors. Fine, your big names, they're getting paid regardless. But the little guys who are supposed to be able, theoretically to start surviving on these acting gigs get paid so much less. If you're not a name, and even if you've got a really heavy part in some of these productions, you can be paying so little that you still have to keep your waiting table job. So I am invested in the bigger studios beating the streaming platforms because of the way the streaming platforms pay us. So I hope this goes to trial, and I hope that WB gets the better end of it.
I think it's gonna. I think it might too. I think at this point, because Paramount's been like really like hunkering down, be like, hey, we have the rights to this. I think it's like I don't know what you want to call it. Like, they're both, who has the biggest dick in the room right now? That's what it feels like to me between the two of them. But I would say this, though, WB does. I would say Paramount's losing their ass in money for years too. Right? Losing their ass. But you make a bit. Go ahead.
I think when it comes to it goes back into the streaming stuff, like, Paramount itself was one thing, and then they started delving into the Paramount Plus, and it just seems like more and more shady things. Oh, well, we're pulling this from our network TV over to our streaming service, but because we did it that way, we don't have to give these people a certain kind of residuals, and we don't have to pay out, suddenly people who are on these shows don't have to adhere to paying them the same way, even if it's a long-standing show, because it's streaming. So I'm actually hoping that, even though, especially when we looked at the negotiations, it was like, well, places like WB, they haven't integrated well enough into the new system of things, but I want the company that has to pay us better to win. So I hope that they have the biggest ticket.
I hope they do. I think they will too. I think already this judge ruling this way too is going to say something. And as we've been saying, Paramount's just been in bad news bears for years. Look at
Had it rough.
That was weird. I don't know why my light just turned on. But bad news bears, they already have, they're losing money at Paramount Plus. That's been a whole thing. They had to sell the whole company. But what you're saying is a big thing is the streaming rights stuff, and the residuals been a big problem for a lot of these companies. And there was something in there, of course, in the new contract. But again, it was more we'll see how it goes. And that's never the solution you should ever have, because people are going to do things like this. Studios are going to change a little bit. I can put her on this contract instead. They're going to do shady shit so people don't get paid. They're gonna find loopholes all the time.
And they'll all don't get me wrong. Any one of those companies, studios, whoever, they'll all screw the little guy when they can. Whether that's crew, cast, whatever, they all want to make big bucks. But the studios, when we were dealing with these strikes that lasted a record amount of time, the studios were ready to cave. It was the streaming guys that held fast because they knew they could starve us out. And I feel a certain way about that.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks. Come on, we're the people working. I know the day we're the people working. We're the one busting our ass, and we deserve a paycheck too, so we can actually survive in Los Angeles. And as it's been going, it's I've been telling a bunch of people as I talk about the board and everything else. I feel we can't actually have a career here anymore. That sucks. A lot of people feel that way. A lot less jobs and stuff like this happens where you don't get the same money you used to. We expected big things from this contract, and I hope this does shed light on some of that. We'll have to wait and find out, Allie. I don't know. We'll have to wait and find out. It's difficult. We can cross our fingers. I hope so. I really do hope so. Trevor, what do you think about this too? We hear about this whole battle back and forth, the two Goliaths of Paramount and Warner Brothers. They're already a big loss for Paramount. Will they cave? And will they give up to Zaslav, WB, and Discovery? Or do you feel like this is going to, like Allie's saying, they should go to court? Let's get in there and figure this out.
I just think it's really fucking silly that they don't have all of South Park in one place. But I also I agree with Allie, and I feel like I've gone on the show 5 or 6 weeks in a row now and railed against streamers. So if Allie and I can form a two-prong attack, Allie's attacking it from within the industry standpoint, and I agree with every single thing she said, and she articulated it way better than I could. But I'm going to attack them from the consumer side also because I keep saying we're in a spot where these streamers are charging us to rent everything and you own nothing. So you're paying out more than you ever used to, and you come back with nothing. So I would rather buy DVDs. I fucking hate all this streaming shit. I don't think Paramount Plus ever should have existed. Netflix was nice when it started. It was novel. You had all this stuff in one place for one cost. As soon as everyone needed to have their own streaming service, the whole thing basically should have collapsed. And I feel like it's been slowly collapsing this whole time, and I'm surprised it hasn't yet. And maybe if South Park's going to play a little part in that, we should let it. So yeah, go to trial. I hope Warner Brothers wins. This is so fucking silly.
If anybody's going to do it, it's going to be South Park to break the system, right? It does. I can see South Park being the one to break the camel's back, though. They've been around for a long time doing this. It just seems and they're also so controversial as it is. But I still wonder about this Trey Parker or Matt Stone thing. They've been just making money off two different places. Are they going to be wrapped into this, you guys think? What do you think, Allie? Will they be wrapped into here? They have to be, right?
Yeah, that one I'm not sure.
I mean, it could just be the studio contracts and that's it. They might be able to wash their hands of it. They might be able to. It's just a crazy Goliath combination of these two different places. And I agree with Trevor too. It's like, it's too many places. I'm like, where do I watch my South Park at? And when it comes out there, I'm like, is it on Paramount Plus? Is it on Max? Is it on Comedy Central? Like normal linear television? I don't know where I can find it. And then you see something, you're like, I want to see this, but I don't have that subscription base. But again, it comes down to contracts too. I feel like it's probably happening because of fucking contracts. Like Allie's saying, I didn't think about that before, Allie. That's got to be what it is. They're just dancing around it, ripping us off and laughing. And they're on that merry-go-round of money and greed. GR, what do you think, man? South Park, who killed Kenny, GR? That's what I want to know. Who killed Kenny? No, I'm just kidding. GR, what do you think about this? Do you think that this will go to trial? It sounds like we're lining up for that right now. I want the truth, GR. And do you think this could actually change the business a little bit through this lawsuit?
It could, but bottom line is Paramount tried to rip off WB, and they're going to lose if it goes to real court.
It feels like that, right?
Yeah, and I hope they get their ass kicked. Well, if you want to watch it, Brian, it's on Channel 11. That's where you can watch it.
What South Park?
Yeah, on Channel 11 locally. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. What's Channel 11? Is that Comedy Central?
No, it's channel. We've got 2, 4, 7, 5, 9, 11, and 13. Those are our local channels on real television.
GR, do you still have an antenna?
No, but I have DirecTV and I got all of those in there.
Do you have a CRT with tinfoil on top of it?
I think I would love that.
You
Wouldn't
quit
it be
giving
awesome?
away all my secrets.
I would love to see GR in front of it watching. That'd be great. I'd love to see that. I really hope. Enoch said South Park's played out. A lot of people comprising this too. I still think they do a good job in a lot of stuff. They're still relevant to the day's news and like what's happening, what's relevant in pop culture. I think a lot of times too, and that's why, because they write it and they release it at the same time things are happening, which is fun. I think it makes it fun and it keeps it fresh, and that's why it keeps going. And everyone's trying to get a cut. Everybody's trying to get a cut. That's why this Paramount deal is happening. That's why the Warner Brothers deal is happening. And this was bound to happen. Allie, at the end of the day, you honestly see a change happening with this?
I hope so. I hope there's a domino effect. That's what I hope for.
I really hope so. And I hope the trial happens. I don't know if this is happening as fast as Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni thing. I think we need some more like gossip, and we need somebody farting on set for this to actually go to trial faster. That's how we can get this going. We can get WB and Paramount in a room, like just farting their asses off all day long, and we'll get the trial before you know it. And that sounds like a South Park sketch.
So what you're saying is the attorneys in this case are Terrence and Phillip.
I think I fought it. That's what we need. We need Terrence and Phillip in here, and then we'll have a whole South Park episode about this after it's done. I fought it. Yes, so good. Yes, that'll be great. Whatever. But South Park lawsuits moving forward. I'm sorry, GR. I know they're Canadian, and I'm sorry. I hate that. I want to make fun of your people. They're doing it already for me. That's all I'm saying.
Not.
I wouldn't do that myself. But South Park lawsuit, guys, might be going to trial. We'll keep you posted as that's going. Kruse Court says, we hope WB wins. We know that, right? I haven't done the verdict for a while. Let's say it, because I think in totality, we think, guys, at the end of the day, here we go. I'm going to hit that gavel. We think at the end of the day that, again, WB, you're going to win this, hopefully, and Paramount will suffer, because don't fuck people over. But at the end of the day, just like figure this shit out beforehand. It seems like some shady shit behind the scenes, and we were confused, and the people are confused. And of course, because of that, there's going to be a trial. And at the end of the day, stop being greedy. Stop being greedy.
Yo, player, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we are live. And if you are able to join our Patreon, please join. Because the Pepestar needs more snickety snacks. Because I'm hungry. Holla back. Love y'all.